Good evening, friends in the color stone and jewelry industry, ladies and gentlemen. It's my pleasure and honor to stand up here to share with you a few things that I've learned and observed in 35 years in the jewelry industry. I won't call myself an expert in marketing colored gemstones, but throughout my career in the jewelry industry, with a long association with ICA, it helped me to gain some knowledge in terms of what might work and what doesn't work in promoting and marketing colored gemstones. The question is, what can we achieve in less than 20 minutes this afternoon talking about marketing of colored gemstones when everyone in this room might have his or her different specific marketing needs and expectations? I hope that by the end of my presentation, most of you can take away a simple approach that is practical, logical, easy to remember, and could be applied to your business, products, or services throughout the pipeline. I believe in simplicity and practicality. So by using layman language, I hoped to make my points clear to everyone. What is marketing? To put in a few simple words, it starts with storytelling. Tell a good story really well. It sounds pretty easy, doesn't it? But what is a good story? We will look into this later in my presentation. Recently, we have a very good example. Let's take a look of it. This is a version from CNN. Another one from a leading business newspaper in Hong Kong. And actually, on my way to Colombo, on the plane, I picked up one of the most popular gossip weekly published in Hong Kong, and inside there's a spread report. These are just a few of the clippings. The story obviously was published widely in many different languages, receiving extensive coverage globally in both print and digital media. We love to see and read this type of stories, news report, and publicity. By the way, the red circle is added by me to highlight the blue sapphire ring on her finger. In this particular case, we know it is not a result of work done by any one of us in the jewelry industry. But I can safely say that most of us in this room, the colored gemstone miners, suppliers, manufacturers, and retailers, to a certain extent, would benefit from this story because our products, both the colored gemstone and jewelry, are in the spotlight. We enjoy exposure to millions of consumers globally, and the beauty is without spending a single cent in marketing. So isn't this a good story? However, let us don't forget that long time ago in history, that someone must have done something good, planted the seeds, prepared the soil that had led to the harvest of the British royal family members' love of blue sapphires. If you still remember the presentation of Jack Auden yesterday, it was the British that revived the gemstone mining in Sri Lanka. Now let's take a look of how effective marketing could influence and sell. I would like to share with you a practical approach of influencing the different stages of making a sale. Awareness, knowledge, liking, preference, and action. Isn't this logical? You think about the process. I find this that I learned a long time ago still very useful, and I often put it into practice in my daily business. A good marketing program can have positive influences on all these stages. Awareness is to establish a presence of our products or services among our target customers. This is the first stage when we first introduce our product or services to our targeted customers. We let them know that we exist. It can be done at a brand level or just related to a product at a specific level. Think about it. Before a consumer is aware of the existence of a certain variety of gemstones, would he or she have a desire to own it? So this is actually very important. The next stage is educating our target customers of our product and services. Knowing something by name has very little meaning. So they need to know what is it all about. So this is the stage when we will share the knowledge to educate our target customers who we are, and what do we offer, and what are the benefits to our customers. This is also when we want to differentiate ourselves from the crowd. Creating a positive feeling is also very important. We want our target customers to feel good about us, about our products and services, and that we want them to think positively. We want to establish a relationship, a connection with this target group. The next stage is we want to become our customer's choice over competitions. Very often, we consider other type of gemstones, different colors as our competitor. But in reality, we learn also through the various presentations this morning from Professor Campbell that actually there are other competitions. You can imagine, right, nowadays, how much worth of electronic gadgets that a young person can carry with him or her. This is actually a very strong competition. And not just that, and because I think that you're aware that they keep on changing, right? They will chase the latest model, the latest technology, the latest offer. So we have to help our target customers to see the benefits of our product and services to create a desire so that they will prefer us than the other products and services. The last stage, of course, is to close a sale, where we all hope to drive our consumers to. When our customers are ready to make a purchase, we want them to take the action. So 5 stages: awareness, knowledge, liking, preference, and action. In all these stages, we can effectively influence the target customers. We talk about marketing as telling story. So when we start a marketing program, that is also the time we look at how do we start writing a good story. In journalism, there is a very famous 5W and 1H questions. They are, you can see on the screen, and I want to give you just some examples of questions. There are actually many words that we can ask. Why? Who? When? Where? And how? Take, for example, throughout the years, particularly during the ICA Congress, it's historical though, because nowadays things has changed a lot. We have improved a lot. If someone suggests that we should promote red color stone, then we will hear very strong voices saying that, why not blue? Why not green? Why not yellow? So even when we are asking these questions, we also need to be prepared to come up with the right answers. Otherwise, it will become so confusing. In this process, we need to think through very carefully what are the values, the most desirable values that our target customers want. But to think carefully, we have to make tough decisions in order to achieve the best desirable results. So instead of focusing on what does not work, we should focus on what would work. And when we ask, why would my story interest my target group? Actually, I think that through this Congress, we realized that Sri Lankan blue sapphires has a wonderful story to tell. Because professionals, experts who present during this Congress has helped us to understand the history of Sri Lankan blue sapphire, the importance, the achievement, the recognition that it had globally. But come to think about what we do. Why does your business exist? Why do you think that there's a need for you to offer your product or services? There are purposes, right? There are target customers, they need you and need your service and need your product. There are a group of people that they will appreciate you, appreciate your service, appreciate your products. It's just to make sure that we can find them, we can reach them, and they have the opportunity to appreciate what we have to offer. So actually, every company, every product, every type of gemstones, every varieties has a good story to tell. We just need to find it and tell it well. In our business, we are not alone. And actually, there are many people surrounding us. They can be very helpful to us. They could be our best partners. Let's see who they are. It starts from ourselves and our own companies. Because think about who cares for your business the most. Who wants your business to be successful? Obviously, it's the owner of the business, right? So if you can come up with a good idea to promote your product, go for it, because you know your business and your product the best. However, we also know that most of our business are family business and SMEs. So going along actually is not easy. Then let's look around. Who can be our partners? Our natural partners obviously are our suppliers and our customers. These are identified also at the presentation by Professor Campbell this morning. So actually, we have a lot to take away, and I'm very happy that I speak at this time slot, because that means their presentations already paved the way for me, and you can relay, and you can collate, and you can put all these good ideas together to make it work for you. Our suppliers and our customers relied on us to be successful as well. So our success is their success, and their success is our success. So naturally, these are the best partners. They can help us to write the story. They can help us to understand our target customers better. They can help us to tell our story more beautifully. There are also local trade associations. Why do we form associations? ICA is one of them, but these are not local. Local trade associations look at the Sri Lankan industry. There's so many associations that they want to help you to be successful, because if you are successful, the industry will be successful. So we have a common objective. Now, of course, very often we will look at the divisions, right, or the differences. But if we do that, again, we are wasting our time. Let's focus on what would work for us, what is useful, what can be used, what could be applied. Government are actually very, very important. And nowadays, from my observation, more and more governments, they are actually very much involved in supporting the various industries. Now take for example, look at Tahitian pearls. Do you know that this is the only pearl type that can be imported into mainland China duty-free? If you're not dealing with pearls, you probably is not aware of it. But why is it so? It's because the special relationship of between the governments of French Polynesia and mainland China. Let's look at Belgium. The royal family makes sure that they make trips, official trips to visit mainland China at least once a year. It could be the king, it could be the princess, and when they go there, obviously they promote what they are well known for. Belgium diamonds, Belgium chocolate, Belgium beer, right? And look at Sri Lankan gemstone industry. If you're active in mainland China, you can see that how active they are. In the various shows in China, in different cities, I think easily, right, quite a lot of companies would attend at least 10 shows in a year. And not only they're attending, they're doing business. And why is this so? Because the government is very supportive. If you ask them, they will tell you. Their pavilions are supported financially, partially financially by the government, and the consulate general, they are very helpful. Right? So government is actually very important. And also, this impressed me at the opening ceremony. The Minister of Finance of Sri Lanka also make it very openly that they will be there to fully support the gemstone industry. So this is a time of blessing. Let's move ahead, move forward boldly. Now, how about international trade organizations like ICA or the other trade organization? Take, for example, in recent years, there was a joint promotion of colored stone jewelry in mainland China between ICA and Platinum Guild International with Chow, which is the largest single retail operation in the world. Single, I say, it's not chain store. One store alone, actually, the daily sales is a world record. Now, Paolo Valentini, on the opening morning, helped us to review the history of ICA, and I must congratulate ICA throughout the years has achieved so much. A lot of successful stories, successful campaign. However, we know that it's never enough, right? We want to see more. We need to do more. So being realistic is very important. Being an international organization, I mean, with the limited resources of financial income, if we just wish that ICA would do more for us, probably we are wasting our time. Not because they don't want to do it, it's because they also have their own limitation. So, but I have a suggestion to ICA. Of course, I believe ICA will continue to do all the good work it has been doing. On top of that, perhaps coming up with an idea like endorsing campaigns of your members, because your members cover the whole pipeline of the gemstones industry. So any collaboration among your members in terms of a promotion of a specific type of varieties of colored gemstones and being reviewed as a good marketing plan that ICA give is endorsement, because you probably is not aware of the importance and the influence you have as an international body. So giving credibility, endorsing your members' marketing efforts is very useful. And then obviously we have different B2B, B2C platforms that can be used there at your service. To conclude, we look at the 5 stages of reaching a sale. We look at the 5W and 1H questions. We're looking at forming alliance at different levels. In addition to that, a few points. Let's be realistic in our expectations. Let's start with ourselves. Let's choose a good story to tell. Look around and form a strong alliance. use a mixture of media, including print, digital, and events. Together, everyone achieves more. I find this advertisement in an in-flight magazine recently, which I think is very appropriate to close my presentation. And I look forward to close collaboration and also to witness the close collaboration among the members of ICA to take our industry to a higher level. Thank you.